Inside the Alamodome Stadium Championship Series, East gets ready to kick off their 2024 touring season. 12 Monster Jam drivers go head-to-head with the hopes of winning the Stadium Championship Series East Championship. The winner of this series will get an automatic bid into Monster Jam World Finals at SoFi Stadium. And tonight, we have not one, not two, but three new body unveilings, one of them being a brand new truck. We start with Ryan Disharoon's Shaker. The Shaker body is a tribute to his father's backdraft, a beautiful new design for this truck. Then we have Tom Mentz's unveiling of his first special body design for 2024, a split of Maximum Destruction, the original Maximum Destruction, and the 20th anniversary, paying tribute to the OG and last year's 20th anniversary. You couldn't have picked a better body design for week one of Tom Mentz's farewell tour. And lastly, the unveiling of the all-new JCB Digatron, piloted by Tristan England. It is a beautiful truck and arguably the biggest sponsorship for a truck that Monster Jam has ever had. All that and so much more coming up next on Monster Jam.
Hello everybody and welcome.
Hello everybody and welcome. Hello everybody and welcome.
Wow! 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 Oh yeah!
Hello everybody and welcome to San Antonio, Texas. The Alamodome is ready to celebrate its 30th anniversary of hosting Monster Jam, and what a better way than to kick off Stadium Championship Series East, and what a better way to kick off tonight's event than by introducing the man himself, the professor of Monster Jam, the 14-time World Finals champion in his farewell Monster Jam season, the driver of Max D, Tom Mentz. Man, it is just so cool to see Tom Mentz rocking not only a beautiful body, throwing it back with the Maximum Destruction body, and I mean, already week one, we've got a body this cool with a split design. I mean, that is way more than I thought we were going to be getting week one. I thought we'd be maybe getting Maximum Destruction, but this is really a beautiful design and such a great way to celebrate the man himself, Tom Mentz in Max D. Now let's meet all of the competitors tonight in San Antonio. We started off with a fill-in driver already week one. Michael Pagliarulo is here in Kraken, normally his brother Nick. It is also his father, Matt Pagliarulo, in Chester. He is here in the beautiful red Chester. Ryan Disharoon Shaker, we saw him unveiling that new Shaker body before. He's ready to tear it up. Lindsay Reed in the Lucas Stabilizer, filling in for Cynthia Gauthier in 2024. Jamie Garner in El Toro Loco, another really competitive driver who could put on a fun show. John Gordon in Bad Company, maybe getting a higher spot this season than he's ever gotten in the point standings. A bright future for him. Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, always hanging around the top of every competition he's in. Todd Ledoux, the two-time World Finals champion in Megalodon. Cole Vennard in the Black Pearl, still hunting his first Series championship and World Finals championship. Tom Mentz, Max D, his farewell season. What an emotional season for him it's going to be. Then Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, looking for his second straight Series championship. We'll wrap out the 11 competitors here, but we have one more that we need to unveil, and that one more is driving the brand new JCB Digatron, Tristan England. Man, I cannot begin to describe how pumped I am for Tristan England to finally be on a stadium tour. I have been waiting for this moment for about 3 to 4 years. I mean, ever since he started winning series, I was waiting for the day, and I can't believe the day is finally here. And I said that when that day came, I would be there for the very first event, and I was. I was lucky enough to be at this event to watch Tristan England debut the JCB Digatron, and to do it in his first ever Stadium Series event. So awesome and so cool, the partnership between JCB and Monster Jam. Hopefully it's a long one, and hopefully Tristan England can maybe get a couple not only series championships, but world championships in this truck. Now let's get things started off tonight with Monster Jam Racing. We've got the paperclip style racing track, and we have Ryan Disharoon, Shaker, and Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco to start things off, and they are bumping all over the place in the center of that track. It is a fast track, but you really have to nail every jump, or if you make a small mistake, you come up a little short, maybe off to the side, that extra second bump is really going to screw you up. It's hard to tell who's in the lead at this point, but across the line, your winner, Shaker. Ooh, he almost lost it. That's that bump that I'm talking about, and it almost cost him a really bad rollover in round number 1, but instead, he's got a win, and he's moving on. Our next race, Colvin Ard in the Black Pearl taking on Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga, 2023 Series champion, hoping to defend that here. He's also the defending two-wheel skills world champion from the Monster Jam World Finals. And he has himself a lead heading into the final turn, but Colvin Ard, sneaky fast, but he spins out in the turn. Gravedigger gets the win here in round number 1. Colvin Ard just couldn't quite keep that speed and power through that final turn. He is out in round 1. Take a look at that time, 27.662. Looked like a good pass. I guess if you're going to be around that low 27-second mark, you could be good. We'll see if anybody can get themselves into the 26-second time. Now we have John Gordon, Bad Company, Tom Meents, Max D / Maximum Destruction. Such a beautiful body, man. I will not stop enjoying looking at this body. I just won't. Two beautiful bodies. The Bad Company body design, too. The reflective design. I just love it. Tom Meents, a little mistake there, but he's still in the lead. As long as he keeps it together, he should be able to win this race. John Gordon trying to make up some ground. Unfortunately, though, it will not be enough. Tom Meents, Max D, moving on to round number 2. Looking fast, looking for a win. Now we have Tom LeDuc, Megalodon, taking on Michael Pagliarulo in Kraken. Again, normally Nick Pagliarulo is behind the wheel of this Kraken truck, but unfortunately, he is not here to compete this weekend. But hopefully Michael Pagliarulo can keep it together for him and get him some points in this series opener. Ooh, a weird bounce, but he is okay. Tom LeDuc, though, looking strong. He will cross the line first. Oh, but heading straight into the wall, smacking into the dumpster. Thankfully, those are there. That would have been a very heavy hit. But Tom LeDuc, that is not good. He might be disqualified for that. And in fact, he will be disqualified from racing from that mistake. Unfortunately for LeDuc, that is a big-time loss of points that he really needed. And he was looking good so far in racing tonight. That is a tough, tough break already here for Tom LeDuc in event number 1. We continue along with Monster Jam Racing. Ryan Disharoon and Shaker takes on Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Again, 4 trucks get automatic buys into this round. We see the first of those 4. It is Mohawk Warrior here in round number 2. Ryan Disharoon going over the jump. He has a big lead right now, pretty sizable, entering this final turn. Oh, but he spins out. He gave it all away. Mohawk Warriors, your winner. Shaker just lost it at the literally last possible second that he could have lost it. And unfortunately, Shaker is not going to be moving on. Our next race, we have Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger taking on Lindsey Reed, Lucas Stabilizer. Menninga had a very fast pass in round 1, a mid 27-second pass. Lindsey Reed also in a chassis she's not really used to. She's only driven in it once. She He is far behind entering into this final turn. Just got a ton of ground to make up. Tyler Menninga, bad fast so far tonight. It's not going to stop here in round number 2. He's off to the semifinals. Lindsey Reed will return in the skills challenge. Another mid-27 second pass, too. Those are seemingly the numbers you're going to need to be hitting here if you want to win. Tom Meents and Max D is next up, taking on Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. Tom Meents, a minor mistake there, going around the paperclip, but he flies out of it. Matt Pagliarulo, not known for his racing, he's more of a freestyler. And Tom Meents is taking advantage of that here in round 2. He's got a big lead, not really flying through the course, but he is looking smooth and fast. He's going on to the semifinals as Matt Pagliarulo will head back to the pits.
Leduc will not be able to compete here in round number 2, and he did go out of bounds.
There you go. We see John Saponaro's explanation for what happened. It was an official disqualification. It is just Monster Jam rules. If you leave the boundaries of the track in racing, you will be disqualified. There is no exceptions for that. We get into our next race here in the second round. We see John Gordon and Bad Company in the first official competition for the JCB Digatron and Tristan England. Right now, Tristan England a little bit of a lead exiting the paperclip. Tristan England, though, not a big history here driving in Chicago-style racing, but he's got a lead heading into the final turn. John Gordon needs to pick up the pace. He returned back after Megalodon's disqualification, and he's lost twice tonight, and now he is going into the wall. He got eliminated by Todd LeDuc, and then LeDuc got disqualified for hitting the wall. John Gordon does the same thing, and Tristan England gets the win. And look at the time, mid-26, a 26.5. That is a stellar time. Tristan England with the fastest pass of the night. Our next race here in the semifinals to determine who will take on, or sorry, this starts off the semifinals. It's Gravedigger, Tyler Menninga, and Tom Meents in Max D. The winner will head to the final round to take on the winner of the next race. Tom Meents, a little mistake there. Tyler Menninga loves to capitalize on opponents' mistakes. Menninga across the line. It's a close one, but it's Gravedigger's win. The magical start to the night for Tom Meents unfortunately does not culminate in a racing victory, but there's still 2 more competitions for him to go tonight. Tyler Menninga also heading into that 26-second time, but a little bit slower than Tristan England was. 2 guys to keep an eye on. We also have to keep your eye on Tristan England's opponent in this race, Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. The winner of this race goes to the final round. They will take on Tyler Menninga. Tristan England has the fastest time of the night, so Bryce Kenny has a tall task ahead of him. But one mistake can end your night in racing, and this track really will allow you to make a lot of mistakes. So far, smooth entering the first turn. So cool to see the lights flashing on the top. A bit of a mistake there from England, but it somehow didn't slow him down much. He is in the final turn. Bryce Kenny holding on right there with him. Across the line, though, Tristan England. JCB Digatron is going to the final round of racing tonight. And boy, what a matchup do we have ahead of us. 2 guys that have been rising stars in the sport for so long, and they will go head-to-head for the first time in what I imagine will be plenty of times in 2024. In the far lane, your 2023 World Finals Racing Champion, Tristan England, JCB Digatron, and his opponent in the near lane, representing the Oskaloosa, Iowa community. He is here as the 2023 World Finals 2-Wheel Skills Champion, Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. These 2 have been super fast. Tristan England had lane choice, but both of these guys have been riding in this lane all night long. Menninga has loved the lane that he is in. This is going to be a race. They're close, but England with a small lead entering the first turn. Will Menninga be able to make up the ground? England with a mistake. He washes out at the end of the first turn. Menninga now has a big lead. Will England make up the ground? He's going a lot faster. Meninga lost some ground now. Oh, the final jump, it is a photo finish. Holy cow. Absolutely beautiful race. Both of them had a small mistake that cost them time and both made up the ground, but across the line, it is Tyler Meninga in Gravedigger winning the first racing championship of 2024 for Stadium Championship Series East. What a beautifully fun night of Monster Jam racing. Now we get into the Great Clips Skills Challenge, where you can do either 2 moves on 2 wheels or 1 donut. Jamie Garner doing the 2 moves on 2 wheels. Starts with a popper. Kind of okay popper, nothing special. Jamie Garner, the leader of Overboard Motorsports. Jamie Garner towing. Riding the El Toro Loco body on top of that Overboard chassis. What's he doing here? There's a couple options to do here on this center pod. Not exactly the arena pod that we're used to seeing. The reverse popper walks it up the ramp and will set it down. So 2 moves for El Toro Loco, not big ones. Didn't see the score, so I'll go look it up for you. In the meantime, our next competitor is Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. He is turning into a reverse popper. Nice. Cole Bernard loves doing that move. It's his signature move, and he walks it down absolutely perfectly. Couldn't have done that any better. Now he's going to go for a bicycle. Sets it down. 2 solid moves. Overboard's score. Or sorry, not Overboard. El Toro Loco scores a 6.320. Black Pearl with a 7.274. I forgot also, the reason the scores aren't on the board is because the scoring project was broken, so we couldn't see the scores on the board. They thankfully got that fixed after this. Brings up Matt Pagliarulo and Jester, and Wayne's poor camera wants to focus on the lights in front of him, but that's okay. We got the idea as to what we're looking at. Jester, a hell of a donut there. That was a very, very smooth donut. A beautiful Jester truck. It's not going to be enough for the lead, though. 6.224. Here comes John Gordon, Bad Company. John Gordon going for the jammer, maybe a slap wheelie. Nope, not much of one. He tried, but unfortunately did not execute it very well. John Gordon, always a pretty good driver in this skills challenge. Putting it on top of the step up now, maybe lining up for a stoppie. That poor side for Wayne is really not going to be good. Nice stoppie though, he really nailed that. The first one of solid execution. Doesn't bring it into a moonwalk, but still, that should take the lead. Or at least come pretty close, because that first move wasn't the greatest, but it is enough to take the lead in an 8.095. That'll send us to Lindsey Reed and the Lucas Stabilizer. Lindsey Reed again filling in for Cynthia Gauthier. This would have been Cynthia Gauthier in the Lucas Stabilizer, but it is not. She's pregnant. Lindsey Reed filling in for her for the 2024 Monster Jam season. She is doing the donut, not quite the speed that we saw from Matt Pagliarulo's donut, so unless she really picks it up here, which she doesn't, I don't think that's going to be anywhere near the lead. It shouldn't even be above Jester's, because Jester's run a little bit faster on the donut. In fact, it's a 6.301. Here comes Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Putting it into a stoppie. Gonna dance it on the nose, kissing the front grille to the ground, and he bounces it. He spun it around, and now he's moonwalking it. On one wheel, how did he do that? He lost the Mohawk in the process. Wow. That was a really awesome move from Bryce Kenny there. And talk about turning water into wine. Just a really great move. Now he pops it off of the backflip. Ooh, no kick there, though. And that's going to hurt him and really lower his score. It is enough to take the lead, though, at an 8.753, but man, that score would have been way higher had he really executed that second move, and he might have even had a skills challenge win. He probably would have gotten in the mid-9s, maybe a 9.6. He really executed that second attempt beautifully, but the fans wisely lower the score. So far, pretty good scoring in San Antonio. This ain't San Francisco anymore. Here comes Ryan Disharu and Shaker, that beautiful backdraft-inspired Shaker body. Sets it down after a stop. You know, the thing I'm realizing is it's actually not beneficial to sit down on the lower rows now, or at least in this event, because of the way that the light stanchions are. It's really getting in the way of your eyesight. I liked where I was. I was way up on the second level, and it was way better. Didn't even think about it, so I can understand. It might have been a little bit frustrating for some people. I could see, Wayne, this could really be frustrating, especially if it continues. I don't think it's going to, but still, definitely a bit of a problem I would have if I was sitting in those spots. Shaker, a solid 2 moves. Nothing really special, though. Maybe looking at a high 6, low 9. Yeah, that's, high 6, low 7. 7.450. Maybe a tad higher than I would have liked, but not a bad score. Here comes Megalodon. Todd LeDuc. Todd LeDuc, always a sneaky competitor in this skills challenge. He'll whip up some really crafty skills moves every once in a while. You gotta love that. Anytime a driver can do something like that, it's always pretty cool. He's got a bicycle working right now. Stops it right before hitting the same dumpster that he hit before. Now going for a bicycle on the other side. He will set it down, and unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough to take the lead, and it is not. The score for Megalodon, a 7.284. Here comes Tom Meents. Max D going for the maximum moonwalk. He sets it down. And unfortunately, that's one attempt. Could have been 2, but because he really didn't do anything, not going to penalize him for it. So he will get one more attempt, but not a good start. Might have already jumped in his own coffin there with a rough first attempt, and not a great second one either. Could have been a little bit better, but Meents doing whatever he can to try and take that top spot. Unfortunately for Max D, not going to do so. 6.671. And that's really going to hurt him in points. He was in a good spot that maybe a win in the skills challenge could help him. Unfortunately, not going to have that. Now here's Tristan England, JCB Diggertron, and let me tell you, the door is absolutely wide open right now for Tristan England to pull out a skills challenge win, because the lead is an 8.7, and Tristan England, arguably the best skills driver in Monster Jam, throws it into a stoppie. The man has done these moves so many times in arenas, more than any driver on this series has ever done. He's probably won more skills competitions than any driver on this tour combined, and he's already got his first combo of the year, the moonwalk combo into the wheelie. I watched this 55 times last year, and even there, he set it down a little earlier than he probably could have done, but kept it a little bit conservative there, and will go for attempt number 2. Not going to recycle moves. He's going to go off and try something different, which is always good for the fans. He's got other opportunities this year. Oh, but the truck shut off. He just got a little stoppy there, and I mean, that's not going to help him. If he nailed that move, he might have had a clean, easy victory, and he takes the lead, but not with a big number. 9.171 is certainly beatable for our final competitor in the Skills Challenge, Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. Throws it down. We've got a dual view here. All right, look at that. We've got 2 views on the camera. On the shot, I love it. Stoppy moonwalk, walking up the ramp, sets it down, combos it on the back 2 wheels in a wheelie. And he's going to walk it up and across the ramp. Little jump there for Pizzazz. Gravedigger, solid first move. Now he goes for his second one. On the sidewalls of a bicycle. Oh my, putting it on the other side? Can he save it on this side? Oh my! Tyler Menninga is a wizard. I'm going to estimate that'll get closer to a 10 than a 9.5, because that was spectacular. It didn't, but it still took the win, a 9.665. And I mean, That was spectacular, and we found out later, actually, that he did that all in first gear, too, making it doubly as impressive. That was phenomenal. What a way to end skills. It is time for everyone's favorite part of the Monster Jam event. It's freestyle time, and it is Matt Pagliarulo and Jester kicking us off, something he's done so many times before, leading off the Monster Jam freestyle in the first freestyle in Stadium Championship Series East. He is walking around looking for his first attempt, his first hit. Matt Pagliarulo, I mentioned in racing, is known for his freestyling. And he's already got a broken axle in the back right wheel. He has no power in that back right, and that is really, really tough. A rough break. I mean, Matt Pagliarulo, I said it, he's so good at freestyle. This is really what he comes here to do, and he can't do it the way that he wants. Really putting a lot of demand on the other three wheels there, and it's just not going to help him have a good freestyle. He could turn it into something special, but it's probably not going to be able to get that high score as he makes his freestyle pass. So far, just kind of pitter-pattering around, but again, it's of no fault of his own. It's just the truck failed him there, and unfortunately for him, he's going to have to make do. Trying to give the fans their money's worth here in freestyle. It's really hard to have a Monster Jam freestyle when the allocation of power is in three wheels and the back right has no power. I mean, it really, really is difficult doing whatever he can, and at this point, pop it into a donut just to try and get something going, but unfortunately, just not the run that Matt Pagliarulo would have liked in the Jester truck. Is he not done yet? I don't think he's done yet. He's going to try a donut. Just trying to make the most of his time. Just chewing away those seconds with every little donut. He doesn't want to give up. He wants to fill the clock, because that truck is just not giving everything it has. Too bad. It's a rough start to the year for Matt Pagliarulo. He already had a blown motor in practice. He got knocked out in his first race of the night, and then he couldn't even compete in skills, so just a tough break. Here comes John Gordon, Bad Company, jumps over the racing lane. Sorry, Jester did compete in skills. It was Kraken that didn't compete in skills. I had the Pagliarulos all mixed up. John Gordon, Bad Company, hitting the jammer, locks the brakes to steady that truck, and he gets a nice little slap wheelie. Little combo there, too. Now we get a chance to really appreciate this beautiful body that Bad Company has. Nice jump. A reflective body. It almost looks like, you know, if you're looking at bubbles, and they've got that multicolored kind of look to them. That's kind of what the truck looks like. It's like a bubble wrap. But it's bubble dash wrap instead of just bubble wrap. So far, the pace a lot better than what we got from Jester. That's not too hard. Nice jump! Right into the center pod. Comboing it too. This track is a little bit different than what we're going to be seeing on Stadium Championship Series West, because this track is really a combo-heavy track. You're jumping like that, transferring it from one jump to another. That's really what leads to some cool moments, because when the truck bounces in a way that you don't expect, that's when you get those wild saves. Kind of like that, but it didn't really do too much. A nice jump, not tons of speed and momentum, but he is doing about what he can to this point. It's a little early in the freestyle, but a little timid freestyle here from Bad Company. Gonna to try for a stoppie here? Yes, he is. Nothing really from it, though. Trying it again as the time expires. Got a little moonwalk out of it, but didn't end too well. It was a decent run, but John Gordon even said after the fact that with the new electric fuel injection system that they had to put on the trucks this year, really didn't help him out, was battling with that all night long, and that's why the 7.195 is the score. Here comes Ryan Disher now. Shaker. I'll say it over and over again this year. I love this body design. I think the red is so fitting for this truck, especially after moving it away from Saigon Shaker. Leaving it green left it in that Army feel, you know, and I like the shift to this. It kind of takes all thought away from the Saigon Shaker part of it, really makes it its own unique identity. And that's kind of what they were going for. Big leap there. The suspension's working really well. Watch how well it compresses on the landing. It is eating up every single jump perfectly. Almost no resistance from the shocks. Ooh, a combo there. Oh my, this could get hairy. And it did. Shaker's on his lid. That's what I'm talking about. Those combos can really be tricky, and they can lead you to a quick rollover. That's what happened to Shaker. Our first rollover of the night. And he even said it earlier in the day in the pit party. That beautiful body probably not going to be uncrushed for very long. And he's already done it in the first event. And it's not even enough for first place. 6.1. Look at that. Look at how the wheel is spinning around as it's pulling it. I've never seen that before. It's almost like the wheel is just completely bent, and it's just, wow, that is so fascinating. Here comes Mike Pagliarulo and Kraken, and as I said before, I mistakenly said Jester didn't compete in skills. It was actually Kraken that didn't compete in skills. So, for him, this is a bit of a redemption. We'll see if he can have a good freestyle here. His first freestyle of the year, I never would have thought, I don't think anyone would have thought, including Michael and Nick Pagliarulo, that Michael Pagliarulo would be having the first Kraken freestyle of 2024. Here he is. He's about to lay it down. Once he makes that first hit, he'll have 2 minutes on the clock. And he's already getting some bonus freestyles here in 2024 that he didn't expect to get. And he's doing so, starting it off by hitting the racing lane. Mike Pagliarulo been doing some driving on the independent circuit, splitting some time in the Excalibur truck with Chucky Pauken. Chucky Pauken's Sr.'s son, Chucky Pauken. Donut. Ooh, look at the speed on that donut. That is a cyclone from Kraken. That's a Boston cream donut right there, and unfortunately, it terminated his run. Getting a 4.6. Tough break. That'll bring out Bryce Kenny. Great Coach Mohawk Warrior. Nice jump to start it off. He's not stalling at all. He's just going right out. Making his first hit. Stitches it into a combo. Now keeps on rolling. Another nice jump too. Not as much height on that one as the last one, but still good to see drivers using those jammers to transfer into the center of the track. Really, I mean, that center pod is the main jump because you have to really, that is going to be involved in almost everything you do on this track. If you hit the jammers, hit the step-ups, you're most likely going to come into contact with that center jump whether you elect to or not. So you've got to be a little bit gentle, maybe even a little bit delicate when you're hitting some of those jammers. You don't want to go too hard and end up completely crashing and losing yourself. And Bryce Kenny, so far, not really doing too much. A nice combo there, though. Attaboy, putting it right into the moonwalk on top of the ramp. And that's what I'm talking about. That center pod is going to be involved in everything you do. It's about turning something into something from nothing. And that's what he just did. You got to formulate a plan, and sometimes that plan doesn't go the way you expect. Right now, Bryce Kenny changed it up a little bit right there, and he's having a solid freestyle. We still haven't seen anyone hit the backflip either, so a backflip hit might be good enough to secure you a top spot. As I say that, he spins around to the backflip. hits it. Oh, he hits it on the rear wheels. He's sending it back, maybe throwing it in reverse. Ah, but he can't quite get it. Mohawk Warrior is unfortunately done. But he did leave 9 seconds on the clock, and he is going to take the lead on 9.107. A good number. I don't think that's going to win, but it might be good enough. If we have a bad freestyle from the rest of these competitors, Bryce Kenny might get lucky and get himself a freestyle win, but for right now, he'll have to settle for that #1 spot currently. Here comes Lindsay Reed, the Lucas Stabilizer. She is rocking the honky tonka. It's been a long time since I've said that on this channel. Nice leap. Oh no! Bad bounce after the nice leap will end her run. She's not even going to get a score because she didn't complete 30 seconds of a run, which is why Colin Arden, the Black Pearl, is out freestyling so fast. I love the subtle additions to the Black Pearl truck for this year. Nice jump. Oh, yeah. I like the little glow sticks that he threw onto the back that they kind of flap around. It's so funny. And you might not be able to tell, but there is a tiny little... Well, you see the main flag, the Black Pirates flag. There's a little baby flag right at the top behind the roof. You can see it right there. Right in the center of the roof, right at the back, there's a little baby flag, and it's the funniest thing. I noticed it in the middle of his freestyle. It is hilarious. I love it. Oh, but he's broken a tie rod. He broke a tie rod on the landing. Clearly that thing wasn't tightened in place too well, because that thing came off way too easily and will end his run way too early. Our two-time World Finals champion, Todd LeDuc, freestyles in Megalodon. Won the World Finals Freestyle Championship in 2014 and the World Finals Racing Championship in 2015. But it's been 9 years since that last World Finals Championship for Todd LeDuc, the man who is seen as one of the best in Monster Jam. He's got to get a World Finals Championship sometime soon because it's been a little while. And, I mean, his career is not going to last forever. We'd love to see Todd LeDuc get 3. But anytime you could be a multi-time World Finals champion, you've already solidified yourself as one of the best drivers in Monster Jam history. And LeDuc has already done just that. But adding to that total solidifies you as one of the greatest in the elite category. Todd LeDuc with his 2 is out here freestyling in San Antonio. The first freestyle of the year in 2024 for Stadium Championship Series East. He's going to just roll it over that center bar. Todd LeDuc heading over to the backflip. Let's see if he learned anything from Bryce Kenny's backflip on the other side. He overdoes it too a little bit, but not by too much that it's going to settle down. And the truck is surprisingly okay. So clearly he did learn something from that backflip. Over-rotated it, not by too much, and he gets to continue his run. Oh my! A weird flick, whatever the heck that was, ends him on his roof. That was a fascinating move. And it'll secure him the lead. 9.156. I'd say that's fair. I mean, Bryce Kenny's run, his freestyle was better overall, but he didn't land the backflip. Todd LeDuc's freestyle wasn't great, but he landed the backflip and had that little wow moment at the end. I'd say that's pretty much enough to push him over the top. But how long will it last? Next up is Tristan England, JCB Digatron. First Stadium Championship Series freestyle in his Monster Jam career. Let's see what we've got in store. I like the look of this truck up close. It looks a lot better than it did from where I was sitting. And he starts with a slap wheelie. Tristan England, a man who spent his entire career in arenas doing stoppies and sky wheelies, whips out a slap wheelie in his first stadium event. That is the ultimate statement of saying, hey, you guys might think I'm just an arena guy. I am a Monster Jam driver, and I'm out here to play. And look at that, he even threw a little combo in there. I love the way he drives, too. He's got such a unique way of driving where he likes to kind of crab walk that truck a lot. He loves using that rear steer. He'll crab walk that thing. Getting some nice air, too. A solid run, a good pace to this freestyle. And Right now, the door is kind of open to take a lead. If you have a run with the pace he's got right now, nice leap. You might be able to win freestyle by landing a backflip, maybe throwing in a wow moment in there too. Having a solid run so far. I'd argue that this is probably the best run we've had tonight. Oh, a little bit on the left side, but set her down. Nice jump again, flying right over the center pod. Cleared it totally. You know the ambition is there for Tristan England, but can he execute all of his moves this year, his freestyles and everything? He might be able to win this series. I'll tell you, it's going to be a tough battle, but it's possible. He's got less than 30 seconds left. I don't know if a backflip is in the cards for him in this run, but I'd love to see him try. He was going to combo it into a stoppy there. Couldn't quite get the landing he wanted. Big jump. So far, a good freestyle, but without a backflip to this point, I don't think it's going to be close to taking the top spot. And that is going to end his run. I'd say, subtracting the backflip, that was the best freestyle we've seen so far tonight, but not doing the backflip, obviously it's not. It left a little bit to be desired. I would love to see a little bit more, but I feel like he was keeping it a little bit conservative for the first event. Just trying to get himself feeling out that truck, which will bring us to Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. 2 trucks left to freestyle. Gravedigger and Max D. The only way that you could end a Monster Jam event with these 2 titans. And Tyler Menninga, nice jump there. Comboing it up right away. Menninga, a defending series champion and a defending 2-wheel skills champion. Project a really good year from Tyler Menninga. Oh my, his throttle's stuck. Thankfully they shut him off, but his throttle got stuck there coming around the corner, which is why he never let off the gas. Thankfully, they shut him off right before he landed, so there was no problem. That could have been really bad. But we'll put him in 3rd place. A 7.888 is utterly ridiculous for that run. 40 seconds of a freestyle, but the fans gave him that score. And man, that's going to have major overall event implications, because that should have only been like a 4. And you also have to remember with the new rule in 2024 that if you don't complete 60 seconds of your run, you have an entire point deducted off your freestyle score. So the fans gave him an 8.888, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Get a nice look at Wayne, and here comes the wave. Oh yeah, Wayne catching the wave on camera. It was funny, Bryce Kenny and Matt Plagilarulo were really trying to get the fans to do a killer wave. They really had it rolling too. Yep, you can see him. Tristan England's in that group too. Brings up Tom Meents in Max D. He is your final freestyle competitor, and guess what? We've got a throwback to 2007 here. They've left Gravedigger on the track for Max D. Now, this isn't a decade ago. I'd be shocked if Tom decided to hit him, but you'd like to imagine that 10 years ago, he probably would have. Tom Meents, his final first freestyle of the year. There's the Maximum Destruction side. Here comes the 20th anniversary side, flying over the racing lane. His first freestyle of his farewell season is underway. Let's see. I mean, the door is open for a freestyle win right now. It really is. Tyler Duke in that top spot. And I have to imagine right now that Tom Meents is eyeing a freestyle win. What a sweeter way to start off his farewell tour, and that was a big leap. Tom has been in the last couple years very conservative in his freestyles. He kind of keeps it slow, but he gets some big leaps in there. He doesn't have the speed that he once had, but he likes to save it for the last little bit so he can turn it up and really secure a high number maybe not necessarily focused on winning, but consistently getting high points in freestyle so that he can try and get that series championship. I'd say at this stage of the game, with his body the way that it is, not a terrible idea. So far, that's kind of what we're seeing in this freestyle. Throwing in a donut, we're going to give it a chocolate sprinkle on that one. Unlike with Kraken, that donut didn't terminate his freestyle. It's almost like Kraken's donut, it gave him food poisoning and it ended the truck's run. Thankfully for Tom Meents, it didn't do so. So far, though, I mean, really not to be unexpected. Not much going on in this freestyle, but he's lining up for the backflip. He can cleanly land the backflip and end with a bang. Maybe a freestyle win for Tom Meents. That would be so cool to see. He hits the backflip. Absolutely perfect. A hard hit in the back. The truck is okay, though. He's going to get to keep going. Not much time, though. He's got to have one big move in there, or else he's probably not going to win freestyle. Lining up for some air. A nice jump. Oh my, cases it in. Can he save it? Keep it on all fours, Tom. Yes, he does. Tom Meents ends it with the wow moment that he needed. He's out of the truck. He's fired up as he should be. Is it going to be enough to secure the magical moment to kick off his farewell season and win him Monster Jam Freestyle? He is so happy. You can tell he's fired up. He is not stopping smacking that windshield. Tom Meents is feeling good. We will find out right now if that is going to be enough. It's either going to be Todd LeDuc or it's going to be Tom Meents.
The score for Max D is...
It's enough. Tom Meents in Max D is your freestyle winner with a 9.741. Tom Meents, he knew. He said, this is all for you, fans. What a special moment to end off this season. Let's listen to what the professor has to say after this freestyle win.
Incredible momentum, and you had every person on their feet with that beautiful freestyle finish. Is this a taste of what is to come for the whole season for you and Max D?
I told you when I came in here, I told everybody at the pit party, each week, I'm just going to run harder than I ran the week before. We're off to a great start. All these other young drivers, they do an amazing job. But I promise you this much, none of them will do it when they're 56 years old. Woo!
Boy, Tom Meents, my favorite Monster Jam driver of all time, a man that I spent so many years watching. Everybody wanted to be a Gravedigger fan. I was a Max D fan. And right there, that was such a cool moment to be there to witness that freestyle win. Awesome. But now we have to crown our BKT overall event champion. The winner of the overall event championship won racing. He won skills, finished with 9 points of freestyle. That is Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger with 33 points. Obviously, you got to know that. He won racing and skills. And while he couldn't quite give that win to Tom Meents, he still got a big victory to start off his season points. Gotta feel good for Tyler Menninga on the hunt to defend that series championship. That'll end our event here in San Antonio. Event 1 of 2. There will be a second commentary here in 2 days on Saturday. But before that, we will wrap up today's event and find out what's coming up next here on the channel. So you can take a look at your upcoming commentary schedule here for the Arizona Motorsports Junkie 2024. Tomorrow, we will get to see San Diego's first event from January 13th. That's right, we will get to go back to Stadium Championship Series West before we come back to Stadium Championship Series East and San Antonio's second and final event. Then we'll go back to San Diego, and then we take a look at a little bit of what's to come next weekend. Starting on Thursday, we will have Houston, and then on Friday, we will have Anaheim. So we're just getting started. This is the first 4 commentary weekend. We knew it was going to come. I knew there would be plenty of them. Last week, got a little brief pause to start off the year with only 2 events in the commentary schedule. This weekend, we've got 4, and that's going to continue for the time being until one of these series only has 1 event. So Until then, we're going to be rolling with 4 commentaries a weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. My voice is going to be dead by the end of Sunday night, but guess what? I don't care. I'm having fun. I know you guys are. I hope you enjoy all these commentaries. Let me know in the comments what you think of not only the commentary, but of the new commentary style. I've been changing it up a little bit. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow night in San Diego.